Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing well. Really looking forward to our meeting on Monday, getting to see what everyone came up with as far as their window project. But before we get to that, I just wanted to check in once more to address some things I've been getting through email and calls and stuff. A lot of people are not feeling too confident about this, especially if you don't have me for creative writing, where we do all this like build up and getting you warmed up to drawing, um, and writing too, for that matter. You feel kind of like a fish out of water right now. And so I just wanted to share something from one of my favorite authors and teachers, Lynda Barry, and this is coming from her book, What It Is, because she talks about how she dealt with that issue. You know, those concerns about this really sucks, or this isn't that great. When really it's like those questions don't really matter. And if you take me for creative writing, we get a whole lot more into like the brain itself and how the brain works and how science today really says like that whole way of classifying people between artistic and more mathematically oriented is just not true. Everybody's able to do both. There's no such thing as like artsy kids or jock kids or like, kids that read a lot. Like everybody's able to do everything basically. And it's just a matter of like practicing and sharpening up those skills, because just like anything else, if you don't practice something, you'll get rusty, right? So I just wanted to share with you guys an excerpt out of this book where she talks about that exact same thing, that worry of like, does this suck? Is this good? And that's what I'm going to read to you today. Okay, so here it is. What It Is by Lynda Barry. She's so awesome. I can't say enough good things about her. Professor over at Madison. She's on sabbatical now, I believe, still, because she just won the MacArthur grant not too long ago. But really anything and everything, if you're into making creative stuff, please check her out. Check out this book. It's a huge help to anybody that gets stuck, because in my mind, she's pretty much up there. If you're winning awards and stuff like that, if you're teaching this stuff to college kids, you've done something right. And if she's also struggling with this stuff, hopefully it'll make you realize that you're not so alone in this, and maybe that, these kind of bumps in the road that you're hitting and these worries that you have are sort of part of the process. So again, the part I'll be reading from this book is called Two Questions. And as you can tell, it's a graphic novel, so I'll do my best to follow along for you guys. Two questions. Is this good? Does this suck? I'm not sure when these two questions became the only two questions I had about my work, or when making pictures and stories turned into something I called my work. I just know I'd stopped enjoying it and instead began to dread it. When I was little, I noticed that making lines on paper gave me a certain floating feeling. It made me feel like I was both there and not there. The lines made a picture, and the picture made a story. I wasn't the only kid it happened to. Every kid I knew could do it. And again, here we got two kids kind of jamming together, like, hey, look out. It's Dracula, and bombs away. What's that smell? He's pooping. Oh no, fire torpedo one. And the mummy's pooping back. Again, just the kind of ridiculous stuff kids do. Before the two questions, pictures and stories happened in a way that didn't involve much thinking. One line led to another until they somehow finished. I never felt like I was trying, and the drawing itself didn't matter too much afterward. But the two questions find everybody. Let's see that picture story. And then, so again, it's like, show me, these people wanting to see the work. Mine came in the guise of the two most popular girls in my first grade class. Hey, that's pretty. You draw good. They liked me more after I made that picture. My teachers liked me more too. It lasted a few days. Mrs. Stringent, why'd you take my picture down? It's time for someone else to have a turn. But I made you a new one. What in the? It's very pretty. And there's her picture. It turned out there are also drawings which can make people dislike you. Drawings that make people think you are dirty or stupid or lame. One by one, most kids I knew quit drawing and never drew again. It left behind too much evidence. It's her mom finding out about what she drew. Why did I keep drawing? Because I figured out how to make the good kind. Is that somebody liking the things she drew? As for the bad drawings, I tried my best not to ever make them, but some clawed their way up to the surface of my paper anyway. There were so many ways for a picture to be bad. Here are the two little ghosts that haunt her, those two questions. So they're asking, what the blank is that supposed to be? And then this one's saying, be great. She's saying, I don't know yet. Then why the blank are you wasting time drawing it? Rule number 1, if you don't know what it is, it sucks. The two questions would help me make only good drawings if I'd give them something in exchange. It's all we ask. Give us this. Give us this unless useless piece of blank. No, don't. No. So on the next page, she's all surrounded by these like demons and ghosts asking her, you know, what is it? Is it good? And then other ones are saying that she sucks. For the next 30 years, I chased after only good drawing. While I drew, my main feelings were doubt and worry. And when I finished, my only feelings were relief and regret. I never drew for fun anymore. And I forgot about that strange floating feeling making lines on paper used to give me. I'd forgotten how stories used to bubble up out of the lines and surprise me. It was why I started drawing, to meet those lines and stories. And so here she is again. I just feel like something's missing. And then they're all laughing at her and teasing her still. Something was missing, but I had no idea what it was. Here she's asking the questions. Is this good? Does this suck? I can't even tell anymore. The two questions held that part of me hostage. And here are those two demons, those two questions. I told you, you'll get it back when you can tell me what the blank it is and give me one good reason, besides the fact that it's yours, that I should give it back to you. Oh, and you suck. And then here's the positive one saying, I love this riddle. You're great. What the blank was it? Just what had the two questions taken from me? It turns out the answer was unthinkable. Because, like the pimp said, I don't steal nothing from the girl except her mind. It seems to be a very old riddle, this riddle of what's missing, but in all the books I read, no one had ever solved the riddle by thinking their way out of it. If anything, just the opposite was true. And here's the two question ghosts stressing out. So, man, the torpedo, she's getting closer. Teehee. And these are like the torpedoes calling her stupid, brilliant, moron, genius for all the books she's reading on trying to figure out how she can get that joy of writing and drawing back. What I just couldn't remember was how many times I'd solved this puzzle in the past, and the solution was always the same. Remember, to forget, to remember. Give up because it's hopeless, make useless pictures, waste time and materials, have no purpose, betray the pimps. Where's my money? Where's my respect? Cute pictures make me vomit. Ugly pictures make me puke. What was the answer? A feeling of deadness slowly crept over me, and I almost didn't care anymore. Okay, yeah, what's missing from my work? Technical ability, story structure, action poses, wrong. That was your 9,999th guess. You have just one more. Then it's ours forever. Has no memory of having solved this problem before. Give up. I give up. I don't know. I don't know, okay? Who told you? Bum, bum, bum. And that feeling, that strange floating feeling of being there and not being there came back. One line led to another, and a story slowly formed under my hands. To be able to stand not knowing long enough to let something alive take shape without the two questions, so much is possible. To all the kids who quit drawing, come back. And there's that I don't know squid ghost thing. I don't know. Hey, look. And they're loving it because it's okay if they don't know what they're going to come up with yet. I could go on trying to explain all that I learned from Marilyn and how I accidentally became a cartoonist because of it, or I can just show you how to do it. It's not hard. All you need is a paper and a pen and a little bit of time. I couldn't have learned to teach this without my students, who helped me to become convinced about the aliveness of images and the aliveness we feel when we experience them. They can raise the dead hours inside of us that nothing else can reach. Will you help me? Will you help them cross over? The takeaways here from what it is, or at least that one section I read to you guys, is those two questions that were haunting her from the beginning. 30 years of her career that ended up with her having a bunch of books out, winning like this genius grant, being a really well-known professor out in Madison. 30 years she struggled with those two little ghosts pestering her, those little voices, that internal critic asking, is this good? Does this suck? It has to be good. You have to know what you're going to be drawing or writing before you even sit down to do it. All that stuff she's telling us doesn't matter. The real thing that matters is that, when you sit down to do any of these things, whether it's drawing or writing, not knowing what you're going to come up with at the end can be something powerful, can be something that could give you access to something totally original. And you won't really know what that is, or you won't really stumble into that until you just take the time to do it over and over again. There's a reason I ask you guys to keep a daily diary every single day, just create a practice of doing it every single day, or little sketches every day that will kind of prime you and give you ideas for that big sketch, the window project that we're going to share out. So again, I'm not looking for anything in particular. I'm looking for an authentic attempt. So as long as you're just doing it and following the steps, you'll probably come up with something really original. And even though you might think it's not the best, I'm going to love it. Looking forward to seeing you guys on Monday. Keep an eye out for that Google Meet link when I post it this weekend. And I'll see you guys then.